Hello children, how are you all today? I hope you all are healthy and happy. For today's English lesson, we are going to continue with the 4th chapter from your Honeysuckle book. And children, this chapter you know is named what? An Indian American Woman in Space. And you know about whom I am talking because we have started with this chapter in our previous video lesson already. So yes, I am talking about Kalpana Chawla, the first Indian woman who set her foot in the space. Okay children, so in 1997, Kalpana Chawla made her first trip to the space in the US Space Shuttle Columbia, and this space shuttle was meant to complete 100 trips, was meant suitable for 100 trips, but in its 28th trip, on its 28th visit to the space, it met with a tragedy. And you know the tragedy I am talking about because we have already learned about the tragedy in our previous video. So children, what happened? All the 7 crew members died because of what? Because the space shuttle broke apart when it caught fire, right children? We had seen that it broke apart in flames while it was making a return journey to the earth. Okay, so we know that this thing, that means this tragedy took place when? On 1st February 2003. So this space shuttle, US space shuttle, took off from, that means it flew from where? It lifted off from Kennedy Space Center, you should know this, and after completing almost 80 experiments while it was returning to the earth, while it was returning to its launching pad, it met with that accident, it met with that disaster. It was unfortunate that all the 7 crew members, all the staff, all the workers that were on the plane, all the astronauts and all the space mechanics, those were there in the space shuttle, they all died. Okay, and that was really unfortunate. Okay children, so we had learnt about Kalpana Chawla. She was from Karnal, and how did she pursue her studies and how did she graduated from aeronautical engineering. Then she moved to USA for completing her PhD. After obtaining her PhD, she then there only she became a naturalized US citizen. What is naturalized? Like you are not by birth a citizen of that country, but by marrying someone, by getting into marriage with someone, you become the citizen of that country, right? Usually it's with women that if they marry the natural citizen of a country, they can apply for the citizenship of that country as well. So Kalpana was not born in America, but she was born in India, Karnal, Haryana's Karnal, but she became a US citizen. And beside being an astronaut, she was also a trained or certified flight instructor. So who is a flight instructor? Who can teach you to fly a plane. Okay, so she was a certified flight instructor as well. Her husband also, Jean Pierre Harrison, was a flight instructor. So now we had also seen that after she qualified as a pilot, she applied for NASA's space shuttle program, but first initially she was selected as a research scientist by NASA, but in 1994 she was selected for the training of an astronaut, right? So you know this, we have done this, and we have also learned about what she told, that how did she pursue her dreams, because she never thought that she would one of the scientists who would have the opportunity to travel in space, to visit the space. But yes, she tried every means to fulfill her wishes, fulfill her desires, and she accepts that in this desire the most important thing was the encouragement from her loved ones, right? Her closed ones, her loved ones supported her immensely. Okay, they encouraged her, they supported her. So children, we had read till the 4th stanza. Now today we will be starting with the 5th stanza. We will read that one. That's on page number 48. Okay children. Now let's start with it. Kalpana's first space mission in the space shuttle Columbia was 15 days, 16 hours and 34 minutes long. So what was the duration? How many days did she stay in that orbit of the space? So she stayed for 15 days, 16 hours and 34 minutes. Okay children. During this time, she went around the earth 252 times. Can you imagine? Like she revolved, because they were in the orbit. The space shuttle was in the orbit moving along, and during this duration for 252 times they orbited. That means they moved around the traveling 10.45 million kilometers. The crew included a Japanese and a Ukrainian astronaut also. So in the 7-member crew, there was also, along with Kalpana Chawla, there were also 2 other astronauts. One was from Japan and one was from Ukraine. Okay children. The crew performed experiments such as pollinating plants to observe food growth in space, and tests for making stronger metals and faster computer chips, all for a price tag of about $56 million. So children, what do we see here? That because I told you that why these astronauts are sent into space, because they have to perform certain researches. They have to find out whether life is possible in the universe outside somewhere else or not, because we know that earth is suitable for human beings, for living things, for plants to grow, but the researchers, the astronauts want to find out that whether life is also possible outside this planet Earth, right children? So they had to perform a lot of experiments. So some experiments were like pollinating plants to observe food. Children, I hope from your science classes you are aware what is pollination. Pollination is like taking the pollens of some plants and trying to grow food from those pollens, right? They actually mature, they reproduce, and then plants can grow through it. So pollination, they tried pollination of plants to observe whether plants can grow in space or not. And test, also they performed a lot of tests for deciding if the elements in the universe or in the space can help to make stronger metals and faster computer chips, because yes, there are a lot of elements present in the universe, in the space, that can be used to make some other items or some other technology oriented things. Okay children, so all this cost, what was the cost of it? Imagine it was $56 million. So what a costly project, what an expensive project this was. So this mission, because everyone has to go to the space, and in space, if you're sending humans, what do you need? You need their oxygen supply, you need all the tools, you need the machineries, you need, so all these things children cost, all these resources together, and their adventure, actually this mission cost around $56 million. Okay children. So now let's move to the 6th stanza. On the Saturday night, when the news about the Columbia disaster broke, there was shock and disbelief. So I told you that the Columbia, while returning to the planet Earth, met with an accident, that it had broke apart and caught fire. It was into flames, and so no one, because it was Saturday, okay, we have seen in the news report also that 1st February 2003 was Saturday. So that evening, that night, everyone was shocked and they could not believe. Okay, I was also there, I heard this news, I was also present in 2003. I remember what was the condition, because everyone was expecting their arrival, because it was not late, means it was just some days, means some hours left for their quick landing, for their safe landing, but that could not happen. In 2003, that spacecraft met with an accident. So no one believed, everyone was shocked, everyone was astonished, and where they were in disbelief. What is disbelief, children? They could not believe it. But she was born in Karnal, so the town of Karnal was very much worried. They spent a sleepless night as thousands of households stayed glued to their television sets. So everyone was expecting for their return, was expecting for them, for the crew members, for the space shuttle Columbia to land safely, but it could not happen. They were watching the television, they were constantly watching the news. Okay, children, with the hope that Kalpana and the crew had somehow survived. All the people who were waiting for the news, for the safe landing of the flight of the space shuttle, everyone was expecting that, but it could not happen, and the crew had somehow survived. They expected, they wished that the news was untrue, but children, means it was not false, it was true only. The incident had happened, the disaster occurred, the mishap already was done. Okay, so it could not be undone now. Now let's see what a journalist wrote. She was a heroine. So the journalist is a person who writes for newspapers or reports news. She was a heroine. It takes enormous ability. Enormous means huge, a lot of ability to become an astronaut. Yes, children, because becoming an astronaut is not easy. You should know everything about every subject. So becoming an astronaut is a difficult thing. You have to give your complete dedication to being an astronaut if you want to become one. You need to know a lot about everything from biology to astrophysics. Now children, what is astrophysics? Astrophysics is a branch of astronomy that studies physical nature of celestial bodies. So celestial means what? Children, the bodies, the objects that are present in the universe, like the sun, the stars, all these heavenly bodies which are in the universe, which we can see, and we have to visit the space or the universe for it, those are called celestial bodies. So now you should also know astrophysics to aeronautical engineering. Aeronautical engineering, children, refers to the study of the aircraft. You have to learn the study, you have to learn the technicalities of the aircraft, how it functions, how you can operate it, how you need to fly it. So you know the technicalities from tip to toe, you know everything about flying an aircraft. So that is aeronautical engineering. Then children, let's see what next he said. In this age of super specialization, you must have encyclopedic knowledge to be an astronaut. So what does he say? That in this age when there is super specialization of everything, that means everything is being studied, being known about in detail, right children? So you should have encyclopedic knowledge, means you should have knowledge about everything. Good communication, you should have a comprehensive and complete knowledge of everything to be an astronaut. Her achievement is awe-inspiring. So what is awe-inspiring? That means it was very amazing, stunning. So whatever Kalpana Chawla achieved for herself and the name and fame that she brought to a country like India was awe-inspiring. So it was amazing, it was stunning. Now children, the last stanza is remaining. Let's read that. For millions of young Indians, the story of Kalpana Chawla, a girl from a small town, Karnal. So Karnal was a small town, is a small town who touched the skies. So Kalpana Chawla, even being from such humble background, even being from such small town, she did not let it come in her way to pursue her dream, to fulfill her dream. So even when she was from a small town, she never thought her dreams to be small. She considered it huge, and she did everything in her possible means to achieve her dreams, to gain her dreams, right? To fulfill all her wishes. Had become an inspiration. So she had become an inspiration from every youth, for every youth, right? For every young Indian. In a message that she sent from aboard the space shuttle, aboard means when she was in the space shuttle, when she was in that aircraft. So she sent a message from Columbia. What was her message? To students of her college in Chandigarh. So who were the addressees? The students of her college in Chandigarh. So she was a student of a college from Chandigarh. So she sent a message to them. What did she say? Kalpana said, the path from dreams to success does exist. So she says that when you dream something and when you want to achieve that, when you want to be successful, the path, the direction to it, the road to it is possible, it is visible. May you have the vision to find it. So what does she wish for? What does she wish for the students of her college? That the path is very much there, existing means what? That it is very much there, it is not impossible. You will think that there is no road, there is no way, but she said that it is there, it exists. What we need to do, we need to have a sight, we need to have a direction, we need to look at it, we need to find it, we need to have vision. Vision means sight. The courage to get onto it, because yes, everyone will try to obstruct your way, everyone will try to stop you from achieving. They will say that it's impossible, whatever you are dreaming cannot be fulfilled, cannot be true. But you need to have the courage, you need to have the strength of will, you need to have that willpower to get on that road. Wishing you a great journey. So she said from Columbia that all the students from my college, I wish you a great journey ahead. May you pursue your dreams and may you follow your vision, your path. There will surely be many who start off on this journey to fulfill their dreams. So children, because this woman showed us the way, she showed ways to a number of youth, number of young people. After her story, we may also get inspired that nothing is impossible for us. When we decide something for ourselves, when we want to pursue something that gives us happiness, that can give someone else the benefit, means when it's beneficial for everyone around us, when we can be of some use to some other lives, then you can say that you have achieved what you want to. So children, always follow your heart like Kalpana Chawla did. Although she is no longer here with us, she died, or you can say she died almost 17 to 18 years ago, and still we are talking about her. It's because her life was so inspiring. From being such a humble person, from such humble background, she fulfilled her desire, she fulfilled her dream to become an astronaut and be an important part in everyone's life. She is yet inspiring a lot of young Indians to become like her. That doesn't mean you have to become an astronaut, it just means you need to fulfill all your dreams. You need to pursue a career that makes you happy, that is your goal. You need to work hard for achieving those dreams. Okay children, so with this we have finished the lesson. Now this has been adapted from Span, January-February 1998. It was written there, this is adapted from there. Some part of the text has been taken from there. Now children, we have on page number 50, we have some questions working with the text. Please get ready with it. Before moving ahead with the working with the text, I think we will be doing the working with the text in our next video lesson. But for this video lesson, let's complete some of the exercises that are there in the book and the meanings of the words that we have found in this chapter. Okay children, let's get started. On page number 45, yes, 45 only. I told you that we will be doing this afterwards, this portion. Now we have to do this children. Let's get some answers from these questions. I told you already that what is a space shuttle. So I won't be reading number 1 again. Now let us do from number 2. Use a dictionary to do the tasks below. Find out the meanings of the following words and phrases. Look up the words underlined in the phrases. Children, in your sentences chapter, I have already told you what is a phrase. A phrase is a group of words which can make sense but not complete sense because we don't have subject and predicate in a phrase. Okay children, subject and a verb. So because it lacks these two elements of a sentence, so it cannot be called a sentence and it has to be called a phrase. So children, let's start with the writing of these answers. Okay, 45. So the first word is naturalized. Naturalized means what children? It means the process to become a citizen of a country they were not born in. Okay children, now we have B, space. Children, you can definitely write your own meanings plus, but please see to it that the meaning is correct. The area beyond the planet Earth and its atmosphere. Okay children, number C, the C number word is frontiers of space. Children, here frontiers can mean two things, but we will be writing boundaries. Okay, so frontiers means boundaries. Number D, abode. Okay, let's write that. Abode means in or on, inside or on, okay, on an aircraft or ship or train or anything, on any vehicle. When you say I am aboard a bus, that means I have boarded a bus, I am in a bus. Okay, so number E now, lift off. Lift off. This word means what? And it has also asked us to say how it is different from take off. So let me explain you this children. Lift off means when something lifts off, that vertically it moves up in the air. Vertically means in that slanting position, it won't go like this, it will just shoot up like this. And with take off, for takeoff, like a takeoff flight. Okay, so it can go horizontally. It will run first horizontally and then it will be moving horizontally only in the air as well. But with lifting off, when something lifts off like a spacecraft, what it will be doing, it will be just moving straight into the air. So that's why these things, the spacecraft or rockets, they need a launching pad. And these things like aeroplanes and all, they need a pathway to run on because they have to do the horizontal journey. So children, here lift off means what? Lift off means taking off of an aircraft vertically from the ground. Okay children, I hope you understood this. Lift off. And next, last word for this one is F, crew. A group of people who work on and operate a ship or aircraft. Okay children, so this is your answer for crew. Lift off, aboard, frontier, space and naturalized. So children, we have finished this part. Number 2 we have finished from page number 45. This thing we have finished, this one. And now we will be moving to number 2, what they have asked us to do. So this was 2's 1. Okay children, 2's 1, and now we will be doing 2's 2. Okay children, so notice the spellings of these words in this lesson. Airplane, program. This is how these words are spelled in American English. So children, you should know that some spellings differ in British English and in American English. So here also we have been given an example, because airplane and program, these two words are in American English. Now they have asked us to spell it in British English. Let's do this one. Okay, let's do it. So it's on page number 45 only, so I'm not changing the page number, but it's 2 second 1. Okay, so what they have asked us to do, like there is airplane and program, so we have to write there. So this is American English, airplane, and what will be it in British English? I hope you know the answer, because you have been taught this word since your childhood only. So A for aeroplane, you remember this, right? So aeroplane is the British English for airplane. So American will be calling aeroplane by this name, airplane. Now the second word they have asked is program. So Americans spell it this way. Program means a series of events or events. So program here is spelled in British English, it is spelled like this, P-R-O-G-A-M-M-E. Okay children, so you must have seen both these spellings somewhere or the around, and you must have thought why the spelling is so different in both its way, which one is wrong, you might have considered it. But no children, none is wrong here, because in American English we use this one, program, and in British English we use the spelling this one. Okay children, so for this lesson we are done for today children. Now we will be meeting in another lesson with the meanings and some of the question answers. If time allows us to complete. We will be completing the question answers in our next video lesson. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the story. I hope you get inspired by the life of Kalpana Chawla, and we will be meeting in another video lesson with the same chapter, with the question answers, and working with the text and with language. So children, till then, please take care of yourself, your family. Have a great day ahead. Bye bye.